r/AskMen. Cultural Hall 594 says, guys that date casually, what girl made you consider long term, and why? I feel like a majority of guys my age, 20s, aren't looking for a relationship. If you're someone that dates casually and enjoys casual sex, what changed your mind? Who made you want a relationship, and why? Tough Pudding 1036 says, I met this girl in class at university and we got really close. One day, towards the end of the semester, I got really sick, so I missed a few important classes. During that week, while I was sick, she sent me a message saying, I left you something at the door, please grab it when you can. When I opened the door, I found all types of meds, 6 frozen meals she cooked, and handwritten notes from all the classes I missed. Honestly, that kinda melted my heart, and when I told her she shouldn't have, her response was, we're graduating together, I don't care if you're sick, dead or missing. Havoc 8907 says, if you didn't marry this girl then you deserve to be, biatch, slapped out of existence. Tough Pudding 1036 says, I indeed deserve to be, biatch slapped. We dated for 3 years, and it was great, but after we both graduated edit up, and losing this girl is probably one of the biggest regrets I have in life. Any Limit 8033 says, from 18 to 24 I just dated, and had casual sex, it's what I wanted. Then I met a girl at work, she was amazing. I knew she was everything I wanted in a wife, but I wasn't sure I wanted to settle down yet. Then I realized that was 2 to 3 more years of sleeping around worth not seriously dating someone who could be my world. I decided it was not, and almost 19 years later she's still my world. If you find someone who you think is everything you want in life, don't let them go for fun and casual sex. It's not worth it in the long run. Aiken Drum says, yeah. I let mine go, and I regret it nearly 20 years later. Budget Interaction 811 says, you never found anyone else worth that commitment in 2 decades? Inksperton says, she felt like home from the moment we met. She still is years later. Tiger Widow says, couldn't have put it better. Triplex 787 says, this is exactly it. I met my now fiancé end of sophomore year of college. We hung out at her sorority, housed in the common area until like 4 AM just chit-chatting, and it felt so natural and comfortable that it was insane. I took some bad advice from a boyfriend of mine who said, don't text her bro, you only get one college experience, have fun with it, but fortunately ran into her like a month later, invited her to my end of semester party, and the rest is history. Just Lekin 6921 says, at some point you go on a date that feels really easy. You talk and everything goes really smoothly. Your walls come down and you see her looking at you a certain way. And then when you leave at the end of the date you feel like something is missing and you realize that it's her. A Nipple Salad says, Shaka. When the walls fell. Lep Muru says, you don't enter an electronics store to buy clothing. Rather than hunting people that want hookups, hoping for them to consider more, set expectations straight, and look for people with the same ones. That might require changing usual channels, methods and target groups. Throwrow2 says, I agree in theory, but let's not pretend tons of guys don't lie or fake feelings to get laid. Lep Muru says, just like women fake it, to not be alone. As hard of a pill to swallow it might be, if all you find is rotten, you are probably fishing in a landfill, not a pond. Semi-sentient Garbage says, I split from a long-term ex a few years ago, and resolved to stay single or at least not date seriously until my kids were grown. Until I bumped into a woman I was super close to in high school, and drifted apart after graduation. 2 weeks later, and we were dating. She was my first kiss, and I fully intend her to be the last person I have a first kiss with. I don't know what it is, but we just work together perfectly. Best sex of my life. Love languages all line up. We like each other's kids and they like each other too. It is also the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. We started off on equal footing, just being two single parents completely with zero messy attachments. And the solid base of an amazing friendship to build from. I gave zero doubt or hesitation that I'm going to marry her and grow old with her. I'm so sure of it that it makes me wonder if I've ever been truly in love before. r/AskMen. Super Duperando says, I feel like I come across way more women who are inconsiderate of personal space at the gym, and am not sure if it's all in my head. To preface, absolutely not an us vs them kind of post. Definitely have no negative feelings towards women. Not sure about you guys, but once in a while I'll have someone, always a woman, stand next to me or use a machine next to me. Then just after they'll decide to stretch and bend over or squat or something and literally stick there, but in my direction, right next to me, like close enough where it feels like they're in my personal space. I've never, not even once, had a man do this kind of thing to me. I'm not sure if this is just one of those things where it's a coincidence, but it sure seems like a reoccurring pattern. Do you guys witness this as well? Primary Afternoon 46 says, they're juicing on testosterone and trying to prove how macho they are. Odog says, I have yet to see it happen in my gym, but I got death stare from one of them because she was hugging the machine while still playing with her phone. It took like 10 minutes between her sets. I needed to use it, so I asked her if I can use it, hence the death stare, as if I'm trying to flirt with her. Bezachno. Evanescent Light says, the gym has become a 304 gathering hub. I stopped going because it started feeling like I was trying to work out at a gentleman's club. Every time I scanned the room between sets, it's just skin tight outfits that leave nothing to the imagination, bending and stretching all over the place, showing themselves off as much as possible to an obnoxious degree. Meanwhile all the dudes are just head down focusing on their sets, wearing normal fitting clothing. They do normal stretches, not arched back, legs spread shit. The absurdity of it hit me suddenly, and I was like, what the frick am I doing here in this sextup hoedown at exhibitionist show? I put together a home gym and now I can finally just work out in an environment I feel is serious. Cynic09 says, congrats, you're only one step shy from being made into a gym creep. I avoided this by buying my own equipments. Was so worth it, now I never have to deal with these new age nonsense. It's a new trend I guess to try get attention while accusing guys, falsely, of looking at them despite trying to block your view with their G-string of a gym uniform, just so they can make it on TikTok. Just avoid eye contact, and be careful of camera, and don't look their way. Zizzo21 says, or you could just be like, hey, you're in my personal space, mind giving me some room? Or it could also be flirting in a non-verbal sense. Typhon Blizzard says, happens to me too. Every time I'm alone in the corner doing car phrases, some girl hops right in front of my mirror and starts doing air squats. And then they look at me like I'm being the creep. I was here first, get out of my way. I'm watching my muscle activation. If I wanted to whale watch, I'd go to the ocean, not the corner of the gym to the calf machine. Iceberg Slim says, it's always the dumbbell RDL that apparently have to be done right in front of me while I'm on a bench or something. I've been training for 10 to 15 years and this has always been a thing even before social media was such a cancer. I imagine some generally do not realize, but majority I'm betting just want the attention. The same way a chick will wear a short skirt and claim it's to feel cute or to impress other women. They really just want the head snaps from men checking them out. Don't give them the satisfaction. I'll literally just turn around when there is an ass in my face. I'm trying to stay focused on my workout. Langrodman Hugedang 86 says. Honestly, I don't know. In my gym, everyone from the biggest juice head to the tiniest skinniest girl and the massively overweight guy who's finally taking charge are all really nice. Genuinely. In 3 years at this gym, I've never even heard of anyone being inconsiderate of personal space or being an asshole in any way. Brutact says. I don't personally know. I live 6 days a week and have not had this. Maybe you're pretty. Delusional Zero says. All women want to feel desired without said man directly expressing interest. It's coy play. I always ignore it. I would pay any man enough money to start doing the exact same things to those women. Their reactions would be hilarious. Pretippingcriven77 says. As a woman reading this, I'm glad I bought my own gym equipment for my own space at home. Gym culture gives me the ick from every angle. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.